Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our virtual event that is taking place tonight, March 10th. And I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not, but March is National Nutrition Month. And so once a month, we try to actually choose a topic that goes along with the monthly theme. And you all tonight, you are in for a real big treat with a dear friend of mine who is going to gift us this evening. Her health education lecture is titled Fight Back with Food. So a little bit about Karen Richards, if you don't know her. She is a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company. She is a wife. Actually, before a wife, she's a precious child of God is what I'm going to say. She's a wife. She's a mama of 3 amazing kids that their names are Colton, and Talia, and Owen. And along with that, she is, you guys, I learned, and I know her really well, but I learned something new about her today. She is a #1 best-selling author, a board certified health coach, and has over 25 years experience as a certified personal trainer and fitness instructor. So a little bit about Karen. I would say she's been on this health journey for a while. She does have her own personal story with MS. Each one of her kids have some form of an autoimmune disorder, as well as her oldest Colton having cerebral palsy. And I'm like one of his #1 raving fans. I just want you all to know he is just like rocking it like crazy in college right now, which is so amazing. So their family journey makes Karen passionate and compassionate about helping others with health goals, especially those with chronic disease. So you guys are in for a real big treat tonight. Karen, we are so excited for you truly to just bless us on this amazing night and amazing month with it being National Nutrition Month. So take it away, girl.
All right. Thanks, Brandy. So as Brandy said, I do have MS. That's part of my story. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about each of my kids real quick as we start. I just want you to get to know who I am. I always tell people, men, welcome on this call. Guys, women, I always say you're the heart of the family. So I get really excited to talk to people and just share with them our family journey. I'm going to try to share my screen. So hopefully, all that good stuff works out for me. I am techie. Brandy and I always say, we love technology, don't we, Brandy? So you'll have to let me know. Can you see this?
And I love it when you're on because we can always figure things out and it's beautiful.
Yeah. We can. Okay. So Fight Back with Food. As Brandy told you, I am a certified health coach. I started personal training. I feel like I personal trained when I was 10 years old. I'm not going to lie. So over 25 years is not a lie. I started teaching fitness classes when I was 15. I will be 45 this year. And I'm grateful for that. I just had a conversation with someone yesterday. 40 feels so good in your 40s. Knowing who you are and confident in what you do. I wrote a book a couple years ago called The Mama Memoirs, as Brandy mentioned, my oldest child. That's not him, but yeah, actually that is my oldest child. That's my husband, Josh. Ladies, you can relate, right? Sorry, guys. That's my husband, Josh. He is an amazing teacher. He's a 7th grade math teacher, so pray for him every day, right? He's dealing with the best age of all our children, future generations. My oldest son on the left, Colton, he's a freshman at Austin Peay State University. And really, truly, that's what led me to this company that's helping us present this information to you tonight, Juice Plus, because I was on my knees praying for something for him, you guys. He was diagnosed not just with cerebral palsy, he's on the autism spectrum. He had heart disease, he had eye disease, he had retinopathy prematurity. For those of you that don't know, that's why Stevie Wonder is blind. He was a preemie. So maybe you learned something new tonight as well, Brandy. He has Chiari malformation, which is part of your brain tissue. I could go on and on. Needless to say, this was an immune compromised child. He missed more school than he attended. And I was just searching for anything that would help him. He started eating different, added Juice Plus into our diet. I was doing so much nutrition research. And a year later, after those changes came, our pediatrician was like, where are you? he thought we'd switched offices, you guys, because we weren't going anymore. I mean, here was a kid who'd had 8 ear infections in 10 months and hadn't been to the doctor in a year. So we are so grateful for that change that took place 13 years ago, if you can believe that. Next to him is my daughter. She gets like double shots in here because she's the only girl. But she also has a very huge story when it comes to nutrition. She was diagnosed with Crohn's when she was 8 years old, and Vanderbilt Hospital told us it was one of the worst cases they'd ever seen in a child. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that a magic pill cured all that. We did very intense nutrition, but our nutritional journey with Juice Plus was the huge part of it also because we had the support system in our community. I mean, who gets to call up like Dr. Bill Sears and get to have a conversation with him? So we are so grateful for the community that we are in, that she's in complete remission. She has been for, I believe it's 2 years now, and her doctor that diagnosed her said if she hadn't seen her and been the one that diagnosed her, she wouldn't believe me when she went in for that second, scope. So amazing that how she is thriving. And then my little guy, Owen, okay, let me tell you, he looks cute in that picture, and he just walked in tonight to show me his new haircut. That's a mohawk. Oh, but because we eat well, we know hair grows really fast, right? So I'm just super grateful that good nutrition makes your hair and nails grow too. So yeah, those are my joys. These are my 3 joys in life, and they bring so much to it. And I'm so grateful that they're a big part of my story. Now, a lot of times when you get on a presentation, you may go, oh, they're just trying to sell me something. I am not trying to sell you anything tonight, but I am going to put this information in the front versus the end. Sometimes you'll be on a call and they'll come to you at the end and build on it. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our product, and then I'm going to tell you all about fruits and vegetables. And if I did not do a good job telling you why you need you need to eat fruits and vegetables at the end, then you can just ignore all this that I started off with, okay? But I'm going to convince you need fruits and vegetables. So Juice Plus, it's a great whole food product. What it says on the label is in there 30 plants, 25 in our whole base. I don't even like to call it a protein shake. I call it whole food powder because I don't usually make a shake out of it. I'm not going to lie, you guys. We make pudding. We make frozen pudding pops. We make chocolate waffles. We do all kinds of stuff with it. So it's a great way to get great nutrition in your family. The capsules, they're kosher, they're NSF certified, they're gluten-free, they're vegan. I mean, they really couldn't be any better. And so I love the confidence that putting this in my body every single day brings. I tell people, you don't tell your kids that they don't have to wear a seatbelt. You put your baby in a car seat, right? Like, what are we doing nutritionally for our families? Because you guys, your 5-year-olds are not the ones grocery shopping. And I get really, really like I said, Brandy said, compassionate and passionate. I get really passionate about this topic. And especially having a child that's on the autism spectrum, you guys, he ate what I call the beige diet. Any mamas relate? Maybe your child's not even autistic and they're on the beige diet. Pizza, French fries, chicken nuggets. And if they're autistic, and my friend Natalie always jokes about this too, not just any waffles, guys, they have to be Eggo. They do know the difference. You can't be buying cheap brands. So we love that Juice Plus has provided for us a way to get that nutrition streaming through our bodies every single day. As Brandy mentioned, I also have a diagnosis of MS, and this is can't even say it. It's such a tongue-tying word. Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. Whew, got that out. And so what that is, someone asked me what it is the other day. They're like, I don't even know what that is. I'm like, you know what? I don't even know what that is. I mean, they try to tell me that my brain isn't functioning. Obviously it is. They try to say that your muscles shut down. Mine are not shutting down. I'm not saying that other people's aren't. However, we can fight back with food. And that's what we're going to be going through here tonight. This next one's just a quick picture, shows what it is, because it is truly whole food in a capsule. Everyone knows juicing's good for you. This is like Vitamixing. You just throw in all the fruits, vegetables, berries, and they grind it up so you're getting the peels and the skins and all the good nutrition. I don't know many people that eat the skins of everything, although you should. That's where all the vitamins are. I did meet a guy last week that told me he eats the orange peel, which I was super impressed because you will never get me to do that ever. But I do eat my Juice Plus every single day without fail. Like I said, fruits, veggies, and berries. But this is what got my attention as a health professional. We have more science out there than anything. And if you want to know if I'm telling the truth, just ask Siri or ask Google, and you say, what is the most nutritional what is the most researched nutritional product in the world? So ask your Google, ask your Siri that. This will come up. I love that this is not, hey, vitamin C is good for you and vitamin C is in our product, therefore our product is good. This is, we put these capsules in real human bodies. Like Vanderbilt's on here. I live right north of Nashville. Knowing that a prestigious place like Vandy was doing this kind of work got my attention. Knowing it came through in a journal when I was working in a fitness studio and seeing it. And at that time I was only a customer. I was not sharing the product with anybody. I was like, wait a minute, what is this? And I started reading it and I realized that it was the product I was taking. I was so excited. So, you know, we have all these studies proving that what we say is in these capsules and that they are actually going through your bloodstream and having an effect on your body. There are many promises we can make, and whoever invited you to this call will tell you, but the one that I'm going to talk about tonight is immune system, because obviously that's something that in my household is a really big deal. If you have an autoimmune disease, which I bet a lot of you actually have one and you don't even know it. If you have asthma, if you have allergies, if you suffered from endometriosis during pregnancies, so many things are autoimmune, but there's such common things in our medical jargon that many of us don't even know that we have an autoimmune, right? So these are all autoimmune issues, and that is what we are going to talk about. The last Juice Plus slide before I dive into the food, omegas. I don't know how many of you take an omega, but if you are eating a fish oil, let me tell you, it's not about the fish. It's what the fish are eating. So we have bypassed the fish. We've grabbed all the cool stuff that the fish eat and stripped it down to those oils. And that is what is in our omega. It's great for brain health, joint health, cardiovascular health. So, all right. Here's where I start getting all sassy pants, right? The doctor of the future will give no medication, but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, diet, and in the cause of prevention and disease. So this is something I really started getting passionate about way back when I was personal training, because back then, guys, I was not eating for health. I was eating for fitness. I was getting Oxygen magazine and I was going to look like Jamie on the cover, like the little blonde girl who was on all those. Do you know who I'm talking about? Jamie Eason. So she was so cute. And I thought if I brought a cooler with me every day to work, I was going to look a certain way. And I did, but I never equated that to my sick child needed to eat the same way. I thought that, you know, as long as I ate that way, it was going to help fuel my body for, you know, workouts and have the energy, but it was really about looking a certain way. And when I really started diving into nutrition, I was finding my clients were bringing me their food journals, and lo and behold, they weren't getting the results they wanted. And I would look on there and they were eating processed stuff. It was a lot of stuff that came with a box, and a lot of it was high sugar, especially when I'm going to call it the gluten craze came into effect. That how many people are actually allergic to gluten is very low. I'm not going to say people aren't gluten intolerant, but they were substituting boxed foods that were gluten-free. So where they used to eat, I don't know, whatever they used to eat, now they were eating gluten-free stuff, which is way higher in sugar. They're like, oh, but Karen, I ate gluten-free pancakes and gluten-free brownies. And so they were adding so much sugar in their diet, it was affecting them. So definitely, that does make a huge difference. So we're going to talk about with the immune system. I am tongue-tied tonight. When we're going to talk about immune system, we're going to talk about making it fun, especially for your kiddos. I think when you can engage kids in your life to eat well, the adults will eat well too, right? Like I said, we're the ones doing the grocery shopping, and we need to make food fun for us as well. We need to get back to those basics. It's amazing to me that the stores are empty right now from toilet paper, but there's plenty of apples, okay? There's no hand sanitizer, but there are bananas on the rack. So I'm going to encourage you to go over and get those foods, because they are beautiful and fun and colorful, and they're what's going to help keep you healthy, okay? So look at that, all those colors, and kids really engage. That's what I'm going to tell you. So these are just a couple examples of things that I put in my kids' lunch. Yes, they eat meat. Yes, they get treats. Yes, sometimes they eat candy, but I'm going to tell you that for the most part, they eat a lot of plants. Like I said, my daughter has immune system issues. I do, my sons do. And so it's really important to us to keep plants flowing through our body all the time. Those muffins, by the way, vanilla complete in them. another great way to get that in your body. So we eat a lot of plants. This is just another colorful way. Again, like I said, we eat meat, but we make sure we get lots of colors. So when I make their lunches, and yes, I'm that mom, I go on Pinterest a lot, you guys. When I just try to find them things they can eat, my ideal lunch for them has at least 4 colors. I try to get 2 fruits and 2 different vegetables, because it's not just about eating fruits and vegetables, it's about getting an array of color. So sometimes people will say, McKaren, I eat fruits and vegetables every single day. And I'll say, well, which ones? I eat green beans and I eat corn. Okay, corn's not a veg, you guys, it's starch. And then they'll say they eat apples and bananas. So I'm like, okay, let's get into the colors, because at the end of this, if we have time, I'm gonna break down some of those colors for you and what they do. But just different examples of snacks. Love to get with my friends and have salad parties. Maybe someone on this call has invited you to one before. It's a great way for us to meal prep. So sugar is one thing I just mentioned, right? Like, we're trying to reduce sugar. And sugar is sugar. It's true. Like, there's sugar in your fruit, but it's not the same amount. It's so much. So did you know that when you eat 100 grams of sugar, your immune system actually starts slowing down and not functioning as well? So I'm thinking in the world right now, with all the sickness going on, let's not even worry about the global, what's being pushed out there. Let's think of these common things like the common cold. Strep throat goes around all winter, right? The flu goes around all winter. What I know is, if your kids or yourself, you start out the day with, I'm down in the South, y'all, so big old thing of sweet tea is pretty common to see around here. If you're starting your day with a big sugary drink, maybe it's an energy drink, maybe it's a soda. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you I've never drank soda or that I don't drink soda from time to time, but we don't want to start our day with it. It needs to be later on, because think of this. If you start your day with sugar, your immune system is down, right? And your kids, I think about the school, right? Like, my kids, I don't know about yours, but they're always like touching their faces and they're biting at their cuticles, and then they touch the desk. And I don't care where we go, they won't touch anything in our house, but you go out in public, by golly, they're rubbing their hands at Walmart and they're touching the cart, and they're like, it's like they just want to create a trail with their hands. So they're touching all kinds of things. Then they're exposed to those germs and their immune system is not working as well, or not working at all. So we want to make sure that immune function is high. So we want to keep that sugar out of our diet. And that's what I tell people. If you're sick, that's the first thing I say. Cut the sugar, cut the dairy, because it's creating more mucus. Maybe not forever. If you can't cut dairy forever, at least cut it while you're ill. Okay. So there's a lot. Sugar's a lot. I showed this slide on there to show you have to read labels. Because, to be honest, that Cliff Bar over there actually has more sugar in it than the other 2 items that I'm showing. Now, there's a lot of fat in the Starbucks drink, and Dunkin' Donuts donut. There's a cake donut. It does have some sugar. It has fat. But when you look up that Cliff Bar, the sugar is super high. But look, it says no fat. But it's not about fat. It's about sugar. So that's what we want to focus on in the season of illness and winter blah blahs. Sugar is addictive. If you eat it, you like it, you crave it, you want more. Your blood sugars go up and down. Here's the problem with diet. I don't even have diet soda in here. There's something in diet soda that makes you think you got sugar, but you didn't really get sugar. And so then you start craving it more. So just be aware, it's a huge cycle that goes on and on and on. So here's another way to make sure you're getting the essence of fruit in your diet. We love, love, love putting fruit in our water. In the summer, I do cucumber basil. It really helps if you're a migraine sufferer. That's something I used to suffer from, and not anymore, but that's something that I would use quite often in order to, help with my migraine prevention. But even putting, fruit in water, not only does it taste better, again, it's going back to those kiddos. They will drink things that look fun. Even for ourselves, it seems like a treat sometimes, right? Like just to put some raspberries or something fun in there, a little leaf, like a little mocktail. We love making smoothies. I start the day quite often with a smoothie. I've been on a real big smoothie kick lately, and I will make a huge one in my Vitamix, and it will last me till lunchtime. I mean, I literally fill the whole pitcher up and I just sip on it all day. So this is a great way, again, to make sure you're getting all those fruits and veggies. You can put veggies into a smoothie and your kids will never know. Like, it kind of cracks me up that I see like cauliflower packaged. It's already broken up like rice pellets, and they charge you like $5 more for frozen. So just buy some broccoli, put it in the bottom. It's a great white vegetable. Baby spinach, your kids can't even taste it. I am trying to like beat you guys, but I'm really having trouble with that. So again, that's another reason that I love my powdered produce, but making sure that we are getting those fruits and vegetables and berries in every single day, and we're getting a wide variety. You know, you can make these up ahead, put it in the fridge overnight, or put it in the freezer and get it out the next day. So we just want to take our health back, right? We want to take our health back. So I'm going to start breaking down a little bit of these colors for you as we're coming to an end, because I really, like I said, my job here is to convince you that you need to eat fruits and vegetables. It's really important. And then I'm going to give you my top 10 immune system things that I promised. So eating red, healthy heart. So not only do I have MS, if you've ever watched The Biggest Loser, there was a trainer on there named Bob Greene. Super healthy guy, right? And then he had this heart attack and the world was shocked. Like, what happened to Bob Greene? And he had a really rare B protein in his blood. And what it did is he can't process cholesterol. Well, wouldn't you know, I have the exact same thing. And I know biologically, I'm adopted, but my biological paternal grandparents died at age 32 and 41. So I've already outlived them both. And I went in recently and got one of those scans on your heart. If you don't have insurance, they're super affordable. They're like $60. If you do have insurance, it's usually covered. So you can go in, you can get the scan. It's kind of like an ultrasound. And what they look for is blockage around your heart, but also just to see how all the little veins and capillaries are functioning around. And they give you a score of 0 to 10. And 0 being best. My score was 0. Like, I had all these great things. Oh, and I hit my screen and went back. Sorry. So cardiovascular health. I went back too far. Sorry. Cardiovascular health is all red. So eat those berries, eat tomatoes, eat raspberries, eat watermelons. We also want to eat seasonally. Our body's attuned for that. So the things that are in season are better and fresher right now, and they have more nutrients inside of them. They're going to do so much more for your body than if you're eating them out of season. Plus, who wants to pay like $7 for a bag of grapes, right? So next up is yellow. Yellow's really great for your joints. So I think of people that might have a lot of like cardiovascular, like they're doing a lot of exercise, maybe you're strength training. Maybe you do have a disease going on, an autoimmune in your body that your joints are bothering you. Yellow are some of the best things that you can do for that. They help your tendons and your ligaments. They help the cartilage. People will say that things can't repair themselves in your body, and I'm here to tell you they can, because I've seen my own MRI scans, and, you know, I had all these lesions one time in my brain, and now I don't. So where did they go? Well, they can heal. I've heard of people having heart attacks, and then they get scans later and their heart looks better. Why? Because your body repairs itself, you guys. Every 120 days, your body turns over new red blood cells, and it is doing repair. But think of copy paper. If you make a copy and then you make a copy of a copy and then you make a copy of that copy, it just becomes poorer and poorer quality. However, if you keep getting a fresh piece of paper spitting through every time, it's going to work for you. And that's what happens when you put all these colors into your body. So green, it purifies, it detox. A lot of you probably have heard like celery juice. That's a big thing right now. People are drinking celery juice. I have drank it, let me tell you. But I also get tons of leafy greens in my diet. It's so important. I love putting kale in my smoothies, like I said, baby spinach, but get all those different greens. Get your kiwi and your green beans, and your edamame and broccoli, all these things. It's so good for immune system, your immune system function. That's really what we're talking about today, right? Is that immune system. So with that said, we're getting to the last color I think I have on here is purple. Live a long life. You know, I hear people say that, well, and I'll probably get this quote wrong, but they want to live long and no, not die young. I'm already going to mess it up. But anyway, so you want to live a really, really long life, but be healthy enough to, I guess, to live as if you are young. Like I said, I'm going to be 45 this year. I do feel sometimes like, holy cow, I can do more and I feel better, my energy, than when I was 19, because I wasn't eating well. I was living in the dorm, you know, just eating the cafeteria food. So purple fruits and vegetables, they're great for longevity, kind of like reds. They're actually really great for cardiovascular. That's why I do love our Juice Plus Berry Blend. It's so great for promoting that cardiovascular health. So that's the end of that. But I'm going to stop that share, and I'm going to give you top 10 things, because I do feel like right now there's a lot of people that are just scared. They're hearing different things. I know those of us in the Juice Plus world, like our conference was canceled, not because people were worried about getting ill, but about quarantines that are happening in the country. And there's a lot of them going around where I am. So I'm not sure if that's happening where you are. Different businesses are closing down. They're shutting down some schools and taking a pause. But I always say, like, it's not just those global things. Like I said, let's get back to those day-to-day things. It's not the big scares. All these little things we should have been doing anyway to protect our bodies for immune function. So number one, you've got to eat fruits and vegetables. That's the top of my list, no matter what. Top of list. Eat lots of fruits and vegetables and eat lots of colors. That's super important. Second is avoiding sugar. So I know I went through this all really fast, but I want to make sure that you have a good tool you can share out to your friends and loved ones. Be like, oh, I heard this lecture and it was quick and easy and she made a lot of good points and I want to share it with you. So avoid that sugar. Remember, that shuts down your immune system and it helps it not function. And so especially if you're going to eat sugar later in the day, not first thing in the morning. Get more vitamin D is number 3. Maybe you are not where there's sunshine right now. I know it rained here today. I was kind of bummed out about it, but whenever you can, you want to expose your body 15 minutes a day. Short sleeve t-shirt is enough. Get out there, get some sunshine, walk through the grass barefoot. It's great for you. And get that vitamin D created in your body. Number 4 is getting more sleep. This is why college kids get sick, right? They stay up all night, they study, and they are not getting good rest. But also, I think of like moms and dads with little ones, or if you have a child with chronic illness or you have chronic illness, you are probably tired. Just set your alarm. Go to bed 15 minutes earlier. Like, don't watch that show. Set your alarm 15 minutes later in the morning. Instead of hitting snooze 5 times, get good sleep, okay? So that's number 4. Number 5 is exercise. I personal trained for 25 years, you guys, and I got to tell you, I got tired at the end. So I'm not someone that does heavy lifting anymore. I don't do strength training. I personally love yoga, and we walk our dogs. We get out in the fresh air as a family, and we get out there and we just move. But moving your body, circulating that blood, breathing in deep, that helps your oxygen as well. Number 6 is hydrate. Dry body holds infection. That's what I'm going to tell you. Dry bodies hold infection. So drink, drink, drink. I've been drinking my water tonight, getting ready for this presentation. But make sure, especially in the winter, you're drinking tons and tons of water, extra water. Run with humidifiers. So number 7 goes with the water. Run a humidifier. Keep that air moist so that things are moving in your body. And with that comes number 8, change your air filters. Every month is what you're supposed to. Most people change it like once a year, or maybe when they change their heat to AC. Change those air filters. They're there. It's not just about dust, you guys. They're trapping germs. So make sure you're doing that. I opened up my window Saturday when the weather was nice. Get some fresh air in the house. Get the germy air out. Number 9, change your hand towels often. I know a lot of us are not good about that. So just changing out your hand towels. And here's my number 10 that a lot of people do not do, because you go to the dentist twice a year and you get a new toothbrush. If you have been sick, you have to throw your toothbrush away. If you've had a cold, if you've had a sinus infection, throw your toothbrush out. Like, while you're sick, just put it in the dishwasher every night, but then you got to make it go. It's got to go. So that is something that, think about that. If you've had a cold and then you get over it and you put that right back in your mouth, all that moisture it's holding on. So let's get rid of the icky toothbrush too. So those are my top 10 things, but remember, number 1 was the most important, and that was what? Eat those fruits and veggies. So hopefully we knocked it out in 30 minutes, and you had some great tips. If you have any questions, I do have a page on Facebook, Karen Richards Health Coach. You can message me there anytime. I try to post lots of tips, health-related items. So, Randy, I think I got it covered.
Great job. So let me just ask this question. Your top 10 were top 10 to support your immune system. Am I correct about that?
Yes.
Love it. Thank you so much. When I think about your presentation, first and foremost, I love color, right? And like you have this contagious personality that's so colorful. And so then your presentation went with your personality. So we are so excited that you gifted us, you know, these last 30 minutes, some tips and tricks and top 10s to support our immune system. And you guys, this information is too good to keep to ourselves. So as you know, we did record it. So get with the person who invited you on the call tonight. We'll be more than happy to share this recording, and let's just share it with the masses, because we know that a supported immune system gives people hope, right? And when we have hope, we have everything. And I just think when we really have our health is when we have the hope. So thank you guys so much. Happy National Nutrition Month. And let's just go spread the word and continue to support our immune systems. Good night, everybody.
Good night.